In today's fast-paced world filled with stress and chaos, it's easy to get lost in negative emotions like anxiety and sadness. However, more than 2,000 years ago, Stoic philosophers discovered timeless principles that can help us live with peace and stability, no matter what challenges we face. Stoic philosophy teaches us that real strength doesn't come from controlling everything around us, but from learning to control our own thoughts and feelings. When we change the way we think about challenges, seeing them as chances to grow instead of as obstacles, we can find peace within ourselves and become incredibly resilient. We don't have to carry the weight of imaginary problems, and we can accept that life is always changing. Are you ready to take on the challenge and unlock the hidden power inside you? Join me on a journey to explore these amazing principles which can help you live without feeling troubled by anything. This philosophy is a key to opening the door to a happier, more meaningful life. Get ready to grow and become the strongest version of yourself. Number 1. Don't create your own upsets. Think about the times you got upset over small things, a thoughtless comment from someone, a plan not going your way, or even just a rainy day. Are these things really as bad as you think, or have you made them bigger than they need to be? Ask yourself, how many times have I created unnecessary problems in my life? Sometimes we make little issues feel like huge problems. Jesus taught us not to let worries take over our lives. In the Bible, he said, "Do not worry about your life, what you will eat or drink, or about your body, what you will wear. Is not life more than food, and the body more than clothes?" This means we shouldn't let small worries disturb our peace of mind. We needed to trust that things will work out as they should. Imagine you're on your way to an important meeting and suddenly get stuck in traffic. You might feel anger, anxiety, or even blame yourself for not leaving earlier. But stop and ask yourself, will getting angry help me get to my appointment any faster? Probably not. Instead, stay calm and think of how you can make the best of the situation. Maybe listen to an audiobook or use the time to reflect. When you realize that many of your troubles are created by how you react, you'll start to feel less stressed. From now on, ask yourself, do I want to keep creating unnecessary problems in my life, or do I want to live peacefully? When you focus on what truly matters and stop getting upset over minor things, life becomes lighter and more enjoyable. Both Stoic philosophy and the teachings of Jesus show us how to live a peaceful life by letting go of unnecessary worries. They remind us to focus on positive and meaningful things, helping us find true peace and happiness. Number 2. Master the art of letting go. Our lives are often filled with things we can't control, loss, failure, and unexpected challenges. But what really matters is how we deal with these situations. Mastering the art of letting go is about learning not to hold on to things that are beyond our control. Letting go doesn't mean you stop caring or avoid responsibility. It means recognizing your limits and not letting uncontrollable things take away your happiness. Jesus also spoke about letting go when he said, "Cast your burden on the Lord, and he will sustain you. He will never allow the righteous to be shaken." This encourages us to trust in a higher power and let go of unnecessary worries. Think about the times in your life when you couldn't control what happened. Maybe it was the end of a relationship, losing a job, or missing an opportunity. Did holding on to those things make you feel any better? Or did it just bring more pain? When we hold on to things we can't change, we create our own suffering. Marcus Aurelius, in his book Meditations, wrote, "What is not good for the beehive cannot be good for the bees." This means that if something isn't good for the whole, it won't be good for the individual. In other words, we have to let go of things that are harmful to us and those around us. Holding on to what's not good only makes life harder. Here's how you can practice letting go. Whenever you face a problem, ask yourself 2 questions. Is this important? Is it something I can control? If the answer is no, then give yourself permission to let it go. Focus on the things that you can control and improve. This will bring you a sense of peace and freedom. Letting go helps us face loss and change more easily, and it also allows us to live more fully. When you let go of what you cannot control, you find the freedom to focus on what truly matters in life. Both Jesus and the Stoic philosophers show us that peace comes when we stop holding on to things we can't change. This is a powerful lesson we should remember and practice every day. Are you ready to master the art of letting go and find peace within yourself? If you feel ready, leave a comment saying, "Mastering the art of letting go," to show your commitment to change. Together we can discuss how to apply Stoic philosophy to build a better, more peaceful life. Principle 3. View obstacles as opportunities. Imagine life as a journey with twists, turns, and obstacles along the way. Now, instead of seeing those obstacles as things that block your path, what if you could see them as opportunities to grow and learn? This is a central idea in Stoic philosophy. One of the greatest Stoic philosophers, Marcus Aurelius, said, "The obstacle to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This means that the very thing you see as a problem can actually help you move forward and get stronger. Let's think about the life of Jesus as an example. He faced betrayal, suffering, and even death. Yet he used those painful moments to teach the world about patience, forgiveness, and love. His hardships became opportunities to spread hope and light. In the same way, Stoic philosophy teaches us to see hard times not as punishments, but as chances for us to grow on the inside. Think about the last time you faced a difficult situation. How did you react? Were you overwhelmed by it? Or did you use it as motivation to move forward? Stoicism encourages us to look within ourselves and find the strength to turn obstacles into opportunities for growth. This is how we not only survive challenges, but also thrive through them. Every time you face a difficulty, it's a chance to become stronger and more resilient. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that obstacles are not our enemies. Instead, they are like teachers, showing us how to overcome difficulties and find hope, even in the darkest moments. So the next time you face a challenge, try to embrace it with an open heart and a clear mind. Remember that every obstacle is an opportunity to learn and grow. When you adopt this mindset, you'll find that nothing can truly trouble you anymore. Principle 4. Don't suffer from imaginary pains. Have you ever wondered if the worries and fears you feel are real, or if they're just creations of your own mind? Stoic philosophy teaches us that a lot of our pain doesn't come from what actually happens, but from what we imagine might happen. Think back to times when you worried about a big exam, an important meeting, or a life event. How many times have you pictured the worst possible outcome, only to find out later that things weren't nearly as bad as you thought? This is because our minds often create imaginary problems that never come true. Jesus also taught, "Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own." This wisdom reminds us that we should not burden ourselves with worries about the future, things that haven't even happened yet. Let's take the example of a farmer. If the farmer spends every day worrying about a bad harvest, droughts, pests, or crop failure, will those fears help the crops grow? Of course not. All that worry would do is steal the farmer's peace and joy. Now think about your own life. How many times have you created unnecessary worries in your mind? Do these imaginary fears help you in any way? Or do they just add to your stress? When we focus on things that haven't happened, we lose the ability to enjoy the present moment. The next time you find yourself feeling anxious about something, pause for a moment and ask yourself, is this really happening right now? Or is it just in my imagination? More often than not, you'll realize that your fears are just illusions. By asking these questions, you can start to see things more clearly and let go of unnecessary worries. When we let go of imaginary problems and focus on the present, life becomes much easier. We stop wasting energy on things that may never happen, and instead, we tackle the real issues in front of us. Stoic philosophy and the teachings of Jesus both guide us toward a life filled with peace and purpose. They teach us how to let go of fear and live in the moment with courage and clarity. Number 5, embrace impermanence. We've been on a journey to discover our true potential, but before we move further, I have a question for you. Have you ever wondered why we hold on so tightly to things that don't last forever? This question leads us to the next secret of living a fulfilling life: learning to embrace impermanence. Life is always changing, just like a river that constantly flows and never stops. One of the greatest Stoic philosophers, Marcus Aurelius, once said, "Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth." This quote reminds us that our way of seeing the world can change, and that change is a natural part of life. Impermanence doesn't just apply to the world around us, it also affects what's inside us, our thoughts and feelings. Some days you might feel happy, and other days you might feel sad, but these emotions come and go, just like everything else in life. Stoic philosophy teaches us to accept these changes rather than fight them. Even Jesus taught us to face change. He said, "Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of God." This teaches us that we need something deeper, like faith and wisdom, to handle the changes in life. Think about moments in your life when everything suddenly changed. Maybe you lost something or experienced a great success. How did you deal with that change? Did it make you stronger in the end? When we learn to accept that nothing lasts forever, we find peace. Every change becomes an opportunity to grow. Impermanence also teaches us to appreciate the present moment. When we know that nothing lasts forever, we start to value our time with family, friends, and all the experiences life gives us. Ask yourself, can I accept change and find peace in knowing that everything is temporary? When you embrace impermanence, life becomes lighter and more meaningful. Instead of fearing change or loss, you will live each moment fully with gratitude and love. In short, accepting impermanence is not just a way of thinking, it's an art that helps us find peace and joy in every day. Let Stoic philosophy and the teachings of Jesus guide you. By accepting that everything changes, you'll find a calmness and strength deep within your soul. You'll see that life's beauty comes from its constant motion and transformation. Number 6, practice daily reflection. Have you ever taken a moment at the end of the day to think about what happened, how you felt, and how you reacted to different situations? Daily reflection is an important part of Stoic philosophy. It helps us look at our actions, thoughts, and emotions, allowing us to learn from our experiences and improve ourselves every day. When we take time to reflect, we don't just review our day. We gain a deeper understanding of ourselves. We can think about our mistakes, recognize our strengths, and figure out what we need to work on to become better. Reflection creates opportunities for personal growth. Imagine spending just a few minutes each night writing in a journal. You can note down what you did during the day, what you did well, and what you can improve. Here's a question for you. What did you do today to make progress? Is there anything you regret, and how would you do it differently tomorrow? Even Jesus encouraged us to reflect and pray every day. He said, "Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened to you." This means that when we reflect, seek wisdom, and look within ourselves, we will find the answers and guidance we need. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, also practiced daily reflection. In his book Meditations, he wrote down his thoughts and struggles. This wasn't just for himself, but for future generations to learn from. He believed that reflecting on our day prepares our minds to handle any challenge we face. By practicing daily reflection, you will start to understand yourself better. Over time, you'll notice that you become more patient, more calm, and clearer in your decisions. You'll begin to see that reflection is a powerful tool for self-improvement. So, what will you reflect on tonight? Take a few minutes before bed to think about your day. Let each day not just be about getting through it, but about taking one step closer to becoming the best version of yourself. Through reflection, you will always be learning and growing. Both Stoic philosophy and the teachings of Jesus will guide you on this journey of personal growth. By reflecting daily, you will find peace and strength in your life. Number 7, cultivate inner peace. Inner peace is not something that just happens by chance. It's something we must work on every day. Imagine someone facing big challenges, whether it's work stress, family issues, or daily worries. How do they stay calm and peaceful? The first step is to recognize that we cannot control everything around us, but we can control how we respond to what happens. Jesus once said, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." This teaches us that we can find peace and strength in faith and love. While we can't control our circumstances, we can choose how we react to them. Ask yourself, how can I find inner peace every day? One simple way is through meditation, reflection, and prayer. Spend a few minutes each day connecting with yourself, and if you believe in God, connecting with Him as well. This will help you feel a deep sense of calm and peace. You can start your day with a few minutes of meditation. Focus on your breathing and let go of your worries. At the end of the day, take time to pray and reflect on what happened. Seek peace and guidance from within, and you will feel stronger and more at ease. What will you do today to nurture your inner peace? Begin by accepting what you cannot change and focusing on what you can control. Find joy in simple things like a good conversation, a walk in nature, or time spent with loved ones. Stoic philosophy and the teachings of Jesus both remind us that inner peace is within reach. By working on it daily, you will find happiness and calm, even in life's challenges. Number 8, develop resilience through adversity. Have you ever wondered why tough times happen? Are they just temporary struggles, or are they actually opportunities for us to grow stronger? Stoic philosophy teaches us that resilience, the ability to bounce back from hardships, is developed through adversity. Every challenge we face is a chance to become tougher and more determined. When life gets hard, we have two choices. We can let the difficulties defeat us, or we can use them to become stronger. Think about the tough times you've gone through in your life. Did those experiences help you become more resilient? A great example of resilience is Viktor Frankl, a Jewish psychologist who survived the Holocaust. In his book Man's Search for Meaning, he wrote, "In the face of unavoidable suffering, we can find meaning, and therefore, we can endure anything. Frankl turned his extreme suffering into a source of strength, using it to explore the meaning of life and share his message of resilience. Imagine going through a major life change, like losing a loved one, failing at work, or dealing with a serious illness. These moments can feel overwhelming, but they are also when we discover our inner strength. Jesus taught us about resilience too. He said, "In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world." This reminds us not to fear difficulties. With resilience, we can find peace and victory. Building resilience not only makes us stronger, but it also helps us better understand ourselves. We learn the value of perseverance, patience, and courage. Both Jesus and Stoic philosophers show us how to overcome challenges and find true meaning in life. When you face difficulties, how do you respond? Do you let them bring you down, or do you use them as opportunities to grow? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. We would love to hear how you've developed resilience in your life. Number 9. Focus on the how, not the what. Have you ever felt lost even though you had clear goals in mind? Stoic philosophy teaches us that what matters most is how we approach things, not just what we want to achieve. In other words, it's not just about reaching a goal, it's about how we act along the way. This idea of focusing on the how instead of the what reminds us that our actions and the way we handle situations are more important than simply achieving a result. When we pay attention to how we react to challenges, we gain control over our peace and happiness. Instead of stressing over whether we reach a specific outcome, we should concentrate on how we're handling things right now. Let's take a moment to reflect. How do you handle small troubles in your life? Do you let them upset you, or do you focus on finding calm and constructive ways to deal with them? Share your thoughts and experiences. We'd love to hear how you manage minor challenges and how Stoic philosophy has helped you live a better, more peaceful life. Number 10. Prioritize rational thinking over emotions. Have you ever made a decision in the heat of the moment and later regretted it? Stoic philosophy encourages us to prioritize reason over emotions. When we let reason guide us, we make clearer, wiser decisions. On the other hand, emotions can lead to quick, impulsive choices that we might regret later. In our everyday lives, we often face situations where we need to think carefully. When we allow reason to take the lead, we can look at situations more calmly and make better decisions. Think back to a time when you were angry and said or did something you wished you hadn't. If you had taken a moment to pause and think things through, the outcome might have been very different. Jesus also taught us about the importance of wisdom and self-control. In the Bible, he says, "The wise man builds his house on the rock. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against that house, yet it did not fall because it had its foundation on the rock." This means that when we base our lives on wisdom and reason, we stand strong no matter what happens. Imagine someone harshly criticizing your work. Your first instinct might be to defend yourself or snap back. But if you pause and think rationally, you might realize there's value in their feedback. By calmly asking for clarification and considering their comments, you could turn the criticism into a chance to improve. When we prioritize reason, we turn conflict into an opportunity for growth. So next time you face a difficult situation, ask yourself, will I be led by reason, or will I let my